Welcome to the Community Producers. I am your host, Andri Magnusson. I'm here at the fabulous Henderson Lake in Lethbridge. The Community Producers is a program that features segments, stories produced exclusively here in Southern Alberta. Coming up next, the Lethbridge School District shows us a story about the district TP transfer.
Having a TP transfer ceremony. We had purchased a TP last year and decided that we wanted to have our school district, the FNMI department logo put on the TP. So the students, there's 12 to 14 students at Victoria Park that were given the honor to paint this TP. We've been working over the past 4 weeks to paint the logo on the TP. The design on the TP we were given by Elder Bruce Wolfchild. He gave us the design of the mountains on the bottom of the teepee, which represent the location that we're in. The top of the teepee is the sky, as well as the 7 stars on the flaps of the teepee and the Blackfoot butterfly on the back of the teepee. The teepee also has the school district logo. Everything that's been done on the teepee has been done by the students here. Myself and Monty Wolfchild have been working with them, and the students, Monty has painted numerous teepees, so he's been the one that's directed them, and he's been really hands-on with the students. He's given them the tools, but told them to go and do what they've done everything by themselves. So it's been a really awesome process. About 2 weeks ago, each student that participated was gifted the rights to paint teepees. So now at 16, 17, 18 years old, they're all gifted a right to be able to go and paint teepees, which is something I don't think they thought they would ever be able to do in their lifetime. So we're having a teepee transfer ceremony today, given the rights to be able to have this teepee. Proper practice and protocol in our culture to have the teepee and utilize it. So the hope for it is that every school in the district will utilize the teepee, and we're using it as a teaching tool to be able to have those conversations and have the awareness and knowledge of what First Nations culture uses a teepee for, and everything that's incorporated into it, because it's not an easy process to do, and there's lots of different things that in the curriculum that can relate back to the teepee.
Coming up, Officer Skylar Plourde from the Lethbridge Animal Shelter brings us this month's edition of Pet Talk.
I'm Officer Skylar Plourde with Lethbridge Animal Services. You're watching Pet Talk on Community Producers. In this month's edition, we're going to talk about responsible cat ownership, but first let's take a look at some of our adoptable pets. This is Ritz. She was found on the south side as a stray and turned into animal services. She has not been claimed, and we have since had her spayed, vaccinated, and microchipped. Ritz is very affectionate and loves snuggles. Ola and Jambo were found together in a parking lot on the south side back in April. Both little kittens have had some time to grow up, and they are both ready for adoption. The cat adoption comes with a spay or neuter, vaccinations, and a microchip. If you're interested in these little critters or any other animals at the shelter, you can check out their profiles on Facebook at Lethbridge Animal Services, call the office at 403-320-4099, or you can stop by the animal shelter and visit. You can also share their stories and photos using the hashtag #OptToAdoptYQL. Pets are a very important part of our community. Owning a dog comes with responsibilities, but so do cats. Here are 4 things to remember about being a responsible cat owner. Number 1, ensure your cat has proper identification. Using a microchip or tattoo, along with tags or a city license, will help us return your lost cat. You can find licensing information about cats at lethbridge.ca/animal shelter. Number 2, spaying or neutering your cats. Having your cat spayed or neutered will help keep strays off the street. It'll also help prevent unwanted litters and improve the animal's overall happiness and health. Number 3, vaccinating your cat. While you're at the veterinarian, it's a good idea to have your cat vaccinated. Vaccinating your pet is a great way to help prevent it from contracting dangerous diseases. House cats are often susceptible to catching multiple fatal diseases through open windows and dirt tracked in on your feet. It's often believed that cats need to go outdoors to be happy. The truth is, indoor cats generally live longer, healthier lives than those allowed to roam freely. Allowing your cat to roam in the neighborhood can expose it to many hazards. These hazards include disease, eating garbage or poison, being attacked by another animal, traffic, cat fights, and getting lost in an exposure to Lethbridge's weather. Here are some outdoor alternatives: leash training, using an outdoor enclosure, or opening the blinds to allow your cat to watch the world from the safety and comfort of the inside of your home. If you want more information on responsible pet ownership, check out lethbridge.ca/animal shelter and connect with us through social media on Facebook and Twitter.
Constable Kara Hagan from the Lethbridge Police Service has some summer safety tips in this month's edition of Cop Beat.
Hi, I'm Constable Kara Hagan with the Lethbridge Police Service, and on this segment of Cop Beat, we're going to take advantage of this beautiful weather and we're going to talk about summer safety. So with it being summertime, the sun out, everybody getting outside and enjoying, catching their vitamin D, we need to remember some really key things. We have a lot of increase of pedestrians out there, cyclists, and we need to be more cognizant when we're driving, just to be aware of them, watching for them at intersections and uncontrolled intersections especially. But we also want to keep our runners and joggers and walkers and cyclists safe when they're out running and jogging and cycling. So that's on the streets, in the river bottom, on paths, off paths, wherever you are, we need to remember a few things. So, A, try not to go alone, especially if it's at night. Stay in well-lit areas. Make sure that you have a cell phone on you, especially if you're in the coulees in case something happens, whether you get hurt or you come across something. And then let's not forget to actually use those intersections. So, pedestrians, please wait for the walk light. Cyclists, when you are biking and if you are on the roadway, you need to utilize remember your rules of the road too, right? So sometimes when we have collisions with cyclists, people think that it's the vehicle at fault, when really a lot of times it's the cyclist. So please, make sure you're wearing a helmet, make sure you're being very cognizant of where you're at, and then please abide by the rules of the road. That goes for everybody, right? Cyclists and vehicles. Vehicles need to watch out for cyclists, cyclists need to watch out for vehicles. We want to make sure that everyone can remain safe. We also want to remember now that holidays are here for a lot of us, so we want to make sure that if you are heading out camping and taking advantage of the beautiful campgrounds that we have here in Alberta, that we're not just in holiday mode. We still need to prepare and be prepared and, be cognizant of what we're doing. So even on the road. So load that camper up. Make sure everything in the back of your truck is strapped down so it doesn't fly out and become a road hazard. Make sure that your lights are working on your campground, on your camper trailer, so that when you're signaling, you don't have issues on the highway. And just be careful, right? Make sure you know what you're doing. If you are out hiking in the woods and in the mountains, carry that bear spray with you. Make sure that you have enough water with you so you don't get heat stroke. There's so much to touch on with summer safety that we just kind of wanted to give a big overall haul and just have fun. This is the biggest thing. Have safe fun out there this summer and enjoy it. We live in a great area. Take advantage of that.
Hi, my name is Terry Pats. I would like to invite you to open mic poetry at the Owl Acoustic Lounge on 3rd Avenue South. We will have the first open mic poetry on Thursday, July 26th from 7 to 9 in the evening, and we are planning to make it a monthly event. We would like to see and hear local poets read their poems. If you write poetry, please come and sign up. It will work similar to karaoke. You write your name and the title of your poem on a paper, and we add you to the rotation. If there is more time available, you can read again. So please bring more than one poem with you. Like us on Facebook, Lethbridge Poetry. See what local poets write. Poets can publish their work there as a guest, and their post will be live after being approved by admin. Please help us spread the word. Would you like to donate a door prize? Please contact me through our Facebook page, Lethbridge Poetry, or bring it with you to the event. Thank you, and see you at Owl Poetry.
Hi, I'm Darcy Logan, the Curator and Gallery Services Manager here at CASA in downtown Lethbridge, and I'm excited to present several new exhibitions to the community. In our main gallery, we have the exhibition Beloved by Karen Tominga Patton and Carrie Lear, who are two exceptional artists from the Crow's Nest Pass. And their exhibition features really delicate and well-rendered paintings that talk about the nature of being loved in a world where we're confronted with so much disconnect. And also in the main gallery, we have the exhibition Cinematic Imaginings by Lethbridge artist and educator C. Blake Everenden.
It was designed basically to illustrate the movie posters that I had in my mind since I started making films back when I was a kid. I always wanted to be a movie poster illustrator or painter, but as my skills developed, I gradually got the ability to be able to do this kind of work. So then I thought it would be interesting to go back and revisit the films that I made as a kid. There's lots of them. I didn't quite get all of them done for this show, but try to visualize each film through the genre, the style, and the grandeur that it was originally intended, and see if I could communicate that to the audience in a way that was meaningful to me and to them.
And Blake has gone through, Blake's also a well-respected filmmaker with shorts and features that have traveled on the festival circuit. And he does every bit of his artistic practice himself, from storyboarding to poster design. But for this exhibition, he's gone into his own history and past and created posters for features and shorts he made when he was an adolescent and a teenager and a young man. In the concourse gallery on the second floor at CASA, we have Lineage by artist Robert Bechtel, a longtime contributor to the arts community here in the city. And he's got some works on paper and works on canvas that explore his interest in myth, history, and the nature of the material of paint itself. Robert, can you maybe tell us a little bit about the work and what the viewers will see?
Well, the work came from sort of exploring the roots of what inspired me to paint. So a lot of it comes from the history of the 20th century art and exploring color and form.
Yeah, that's excellent. You've been painting for a long time. How would you say this relates to your larger kind of body of work you've done?
Well, there's always a link, but I think this has changed, like the color and forms and formal qualities. They're a lot lighter.
What are you hoping that the viewer will take away after visiting your exhibition?
That's a tricky one. A lot of the works are very personal, so I think everyone will have a different interpretation of them.
Also in the concourse showcases upstairs, we have a series of really playful and interesting papier-mâché monsters done by the art classes at Peak Vocational Services. So you'll come and visit those and get just a little bit of a smile at their playful nature. And finally, in the Passage Gallery adjacent to the front desk at CASA, we have an exhibition called Do Touch the Art, which is curated by Alison Grigg. And it features work by Dannon Lawrence and Rachel Lee, who collaborated on a site-specific piece for that space. Usually the work at CASA, there's signs around that says, do not touch the art. So what Alison has done has kind of inverted that practice and had these two artists create work that invites manipulation, play, and engagement with the art itself. And as always, CASA is free to visit. We're open 7 days a week, and I'd highly encourage the public to come down and view these amazing exhibitions.
Stay tuned, there's more of the community producers coming up after the break.
The Lethbridge Hurricanes are hoping to do something no community-run junior hockey team in the CHL has done in over 40 years. Host the Memorial Cup. The Canes made those intentions known a few weeks ago that the club plans to bid for the 2020 tournament. It's a big deal for this hockey team, which only a few years ago was struggling to make ends meet. Since then, though, the entire organization has completely turned around, and officials believe it's no better time than now to make a run to host.
Well, you know, we sat back and we took a look at our whole organization as a whole and where we've come from in the last 4 or 5 years, and we sat back and we thought, why not Lethbridge? Like, it's a great opportunity. We think the city's ready. We had a number of issues in the past when we did a bid process in the past and we weren't successful. I think that the city has addressed those needs, and I think the city is ready to host a major event of this sort.
The Hurricanes will be up against the likes of Kelowna, Kamloops, and Victoria when it comes to bidding for this Memorial Cup. The last time a community-run team hosted this event was in Kitchener, Ontario, way back in 1975. Terry Hausman feels it's time an organization like the Hurricanes has a chance to prove itself on a major stage like this.
Well, I think when we looked at it as well and we thought, you know, all the private ownership out there that are putting their bid processes in, we look at this as we're Lethbridge's team. We are the community, we're Southern Alberta's team, and we thought, you know, this is a great event to bring for a community of our size, and I think it works all the way around. It's we can get the community invested in what we're doing, and we look forward to making that happen for them.
Now, a big factor in all of this, of course, is money. Recent host teams have guaranteed big dollars at the end of the tournament. The Hurricanes, though, are in the process right now of crunching numbers and are coming up with an overall game plan.
So we passed stage 2, which was the evaluation of the building and if we could potentially host it. Now we've got to get our depth chart together, so the hockey operation evaluation, and we'll have that submitted by August 2nd. And I think we'll hear back by August 15th if we can move on to the next stage. From there we move into September, where we'll have to have our business plan ready to go in early September. They'll let us know around midway through that month where they're ready to go, and then we go to the Board of Governors meeting in October 2nd and 3rd, and they'll let us know after that, after it goes to a vote.
The Lethbridge Hurricanes really have been a feel-good story the past few years, going from a team on the verge of financial ruin to a club that's been to the Eastern Conference Final 2 years in a row now, and a solid, dedicated fan base. Hausman is hoping all that will work in the team's favor as well.
When we looked at the idea of bidding on it, we thought, you know, our team's going to be pretty darn good over the next few years. So we thought, you know, what a great opportunity. We might as well put our name in the hat and see what can happen. And we firmly believe that this is something that that the community will get behind. We think that we have a overwhelming success to make this happen. I think that it's a positive all the way around, and I think it's going to be a fantastic tournament.
For the community producers, I'm Pat Sidlecki.
Got a great lineup on the Gas King stage, of course, with music, and our lead-off night is the Budweiser Bash on Tuesday night. It's a separate ticket for $35, $45 at the gate, gets you into that concert, and also gets you through the gate. So, but we've only got room for 3,000 people in Pioneer Park. We're doing all the concerts this year in Pioneer Park versus last year when we had our 120th anniversary and lined it up with Canada's 150. Bucking and Barrels, our rodeo entertainment, is set to go again, Canada versus USA, and we're happy with that. We've got the trapeze artists coming in outside. We're taking the family stage this year inside into the South Pavilion. And in the West Pavilion, we're actually creating an innovation pavilion where it's a contest of people that want to pitch their products. And then there'll be educational demonstrations too. So we're working on that, and that's a new feature. Of course, the parade is Tuesday, the 21st of August at 10 o'clock, coming out of Park Place Shopping Center. And Park Place this year is our sponsor for the parade, so we're happy to have them along too. So all in all, adding in the midway and then the major fireworks on Saturday night to close everything out, it looks like we've got a pretty good package for family, friends, and even your enemies if you want to bring them along. Of course, everything's on social media, all our platforms, as well as exhibitionpark.ca and the website. And further to that, if you have more questions, just fill out the Contact Us form, and you'll come to me and we'll get an answer back to you as soon as we can.
Have you ever wondered what you're meant to do in life or how to improve your relationships with other people? Are you living the life that you're supposed to achieve your life purpose? The energetic vehicle is our path in life, which is rooted deep within our soul, where our talents and individual truth are anchored. It is possible to get answers about our purpose in life, relationship dynamics, or how to improve one's spiritual, physical, or mental health. Example questions are like, what is my personal or professional purpose? What can I do to better my health? Or what is the ideal type of relationship for me? Not being true to ourselves prevents us from moving along our life path with ease. If we get off track, our lives seem more difficult because of being stressed, burned out, or confused. The closer we are to living our energetic vehicle, the more relaxed and stress-free life seems. With this form of consultation, I read directly from your personal energetic being. The answers present themselves in form of pictures. We will then discuss the pictures so that you will be able to better understand and integrate the respective energies. I'll be happy to work with you to find the right questions. For more information, please visit my website at kimbrigitsau.com.
Community exists beyond our front door, and we have a natural place to create that community with the people that we live next door to. Neighborhood life happens all year, or it can happen all year. We can discover that neighborhood life all year round, whether it be summer, fall, winter, spring. There are plenty of activities we can do. Being in Canada, we're very good at creating opportunities to do activities in any weather. Community exists for everybody. So we're at that moment now where we just need to re-invite people back into this space. So if you're at a neighborhood association, those associations need to invite people into their group, invite them into the conversations. If you're hosting a block party, go out, go door to door to your neighbors, invite them to that block party.
Our organization started as a small number of neighbors who got together, who organized as a collective to have a neighborhood or community garage sale. And it may have only been 5 neighbors, and they lived within maybe 2 or 3 blocks of one another. And so they did this together probably because they saw that there was benefit to do it as a group. What I see is human energy, I see vibrancy, I see life. I see it on our sidewalks, residential sidewalks. I see it on our boulevards. I see it on our streets. But then even more so, I see it in our alleys. And so I've always been in awe of this otherwise quiet neighborhood having this level of energy to it. And so that was very attractive, and that was a personal reward for me. But then when I started to take on the garage sale program, I realized that the garage sales, in addition to the vibrancy and energy, also was a vehicle for creating connection between neighbors. It was something that was relevant. as a neighborhood organization or community, it's a way of tying people together. It's a way of stringing thread through people, so that all of a sudden you have a way to communicate with people, so that you can share with them, they can share back, and there's some benefit. And then that whole program can grow to be something even bigger. Connecting neighbors together is an extremely important thing. Number one, I think it creates resiliency. So as much as neighbors know one another as people, that they know one another's names, that they have relationships with one another, I think that when there are pressures and problems, and I say, you know, we can develop peeves about one another and how we live, that those things become much, much less when we have a relationship with one another, when we have developed a respect with one another.
My name is Jenny, and I'm from Colombia originally. I am an entrepreneur, and I have been in Lethbridge for 7 years.
My name is Omar, and I am from Colombia as well. And we live in the Uplands neighborhood for 7 years already.
It's a great city. It's medium-sized and provide all the needs for young families. So we have a university, a college, we have supermarkets, and we know that it's growing. We see new neighborhoods and new stores coming, big brands coming to the city. Lethbridge is a great city to raise families, and if you don't have a family yet, well, it's also opportunity to be a student or be an entrepreneur. Any opportunities, Lethbridge is very rich in opportunities.
We also tend to be a very welcoming and inclusive community. We have had our challenges, as many communities have, but we've also experienced many opportunities where people have recognized that it's time to come together, it's time to connect with each other. And that experience doesn't have to be in the wake of issues, and it doesn't have to be in the wake of a disaster. It can be now, it can be tomorrow, it can be every day. And that's the beautiful thing about living in a neighborhood, is we can experience community anytime. We can rely on each other anytime we need another person, if we build that into our lives. We need that personal connection. We need that ability to reach out and to talk to someone. So go to their door, invite them to come and celebrate with you, whatever the opportunity is. So right now I want to invite Lethbridge, I want to invite everybody to discover their community and their neighborhoods.
Thanks for watching this edition of Community Producers. I've been your host, Andri Magnusson. If you have any show or segment ideas, feel free to send them to shawtv.lethbridge@sjrb.ca. Once again, thanks so much for tuning into our show. It's been a great day. Woo-hoo!